प्रार्थये श्री एन् वेङ्कटरामन् महाशयान् कृपया आगत्य आशंसाभाषणं कुर्वन्तु इति।
माला सुधाकुंभ विबोध मुद्रा विद्याविराजत करवारिजाताम् अपार कारुण्य सुधाम्बुराशिं श्री शारदाम्बां प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यं शङ्कारूपेण मच्चित्तं पङ्गीकृतमभूत्यया किङ्करीयस्य सामाया शङ्कराचार्यमाश्रये प्रह्लाद वरदो देवो यो नृसिंहः परो हरिः नृसिंहोपासकं नित्यं तं नृसिंहगुरुं भजे श्री सच्चिदानंद शिवाभिनव्य नृसिंह भारत्यपितान् यतीन्द्रान् विद्यानितीन् मंत्रनितीन् सदात्मनिष्ठान् सदा मन भाजमानव शंभुरूपान् सदात्मध्याननिरतं विषयेभ्य परान्मुखं नौमि शास्त्रेषु निष्णातं चंद्रशेखर भारती विवेकिनं महाप्रज्ञं धैर्योदार क्षमानिधिं सदा अभिनवपूर्वं तं विद्यातीर्थ गुरुं भजे अज्ञानां जाह्नवीतीर्थं विद्यातीर्थं विवेकिनां सर्वेषां सुखतं तीर्थं भारतीतीर्थमाश्रये विद्या विनय संपन्नं वीतरागं विवेकिनं वंदे वेदांत तत्त्वज्ञं विदुशेखर भारती। I offer this humble words at the lotus feet of our Kulaguru, Jagadguru Shri Shri Bharatitirtha Mahaswamigal, the ruling Acharya of the Dakshinamnaya Shringeri Sharada Peetham. Our humble pranams to Muhammad Upadhyaya, Krishnamurti Sastrigal, Honorable Justice Ram Subramaniam, Ram Mama, Ramanathan Sir, Gopal Swami Sir, and Mama, and all the distinguished guests. Both Mr. Retired Justice Ramanathan and Uma Ramanathan are very, very simple and very, very humble and noble devotees of the Math. They have got exquisite asirvadams, not known to many. And the jewel in that asirvadam is initiating this divine Nyaya chair at one of the wonderful institutions of India, the imperishable Sanskrit College at Chennai. All of us owe to this couple a big thanks for this divine initiative. Why a divine chair on Nyaya in the name of Jagadguru Shri Shri Bharatitirtha Mahaswamigal? I don't have to answer this. The successor designate, Jagadguru Shri Shri Vidushekara Bharati Mahaswamigal, has been rendering now continuous episodes on the Divya Lakshanas of a Guru, his Guru. And out of the 12 Divya Lakshanas of a Guru, Sarva Shastrat Tattvavit is one of the important Lakshanas of a Guru who comes in the Vedic order. Episodes 6 and 7 deal exclusively with the divine Mahima of Mahasannidhanam and his Pandityam in 4 out of the 6 Astika Darshanas. We classify darshanas into 10, 4 Nastika Darshanas and 6 Astika Darshanas. Vyakarana, Mimamsa, Vedanta and Nyaya. The title given to this parampara, Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Varya Padavakya Pramana. Padam is traceable to Vyakarana. Vakyam is traceable to Mimamsa. Padavakya Pramana, logic, is traceable to Nyaya. One who has mastered these 3 qualifies himself to read Vedanta. And that's how this divine order is always considered to be Pandita Rajagurus of these 4 Shastras. And Sannidhanam in these 2 episodes narrates a few instances on how Mahasannidhanam has exhibited in the Vidvat Sadas on Nyaya Shastra. Nyaya for lawyers here can be broadly classified for our understanding into 3, that out of the 16. Vada, Jalpa and Vidanda. Vada is an approach where both parties don't contest. They go in search of the truth. So there is harmony in the approach. Jalpa is taking rival sides. You are strong in your views and you want to fight and disprove the other view is wrong. And Vidanda is an approach where you are unconcerned about your view, you have to destroy the other view. Now, how do you draw the rules of the game? Nyaya draws the rules of the game. A mountain is on the fire because you see smoke. It's a standard example taken in Nyaya. How you split it into 5 parts. Take the proposition first. Then infuse the inference, second stage. Cite illustrations, third stage. Apply the illustrations, fourth stage. And derive the conclusions, the fifth stage. Exactly what we as lawyers do in court. Therefore, this is the approach. Now, what happens today in the present world is we don't follow these 3. Everyone is entitled to speak their views in democracy. So I need not necessarily be right. I'm entitled to my free views. So each one is entitled to their views. So we are parallel in thoughts. How do we converge and decide who is right or who is wrong? Nyaya puts the rule book. It's actually in our parlance, in lawyers' parlance, tools of interpretation in simple understanding. Now, how this is done? Acharya says, Mahasannidhana, when he was a brahmachari, learnt Nyaya from Gollupudi Gopalakrishna Sastri, a stalwart in Nyaya. And how did he learn? He would sit in the class every morning with his guru. An afternoon, it will be Chintanam. Morning session, it will be teacher-taught relationship. The Sishya will learn from the guru. And people who have witnessed this have written it. In the afternoon Chintanam session, every day, one would not find the difference as who is the teacher and who is the taught. Same day, on the same syllabus. And Sannidhanam compares this art of learning of Mahasannidhanam with Bhagavatpada Shankara and quotes from Shankara Digvijayam of Madhavya Shankara Digvijayam of Vidyaranya Maharaj, the 12th Acharya of this Peetham. And the comparison is as follows. How do you please a guru in learning? And how do you ensure that you don't inconvenience your guru in the process of learning? Bhagavatpada says this is how it has to be done. How? First, learn once and learn it perfectly. 2, once you have learned, do not forget. 3, once you have learned, ensure people who are not that competent understands and dissipates that knowledge. And 4, learn as much as your guru can teach, but you must be self-sufficient to learn and acquire your own knowledge. And once you have a bouquet of 4, then you please your guru, who will continue to impart you a flawless flow of education. And cites an example in the Nyaya Sabha, in Unvatta Vidvatsadas, when Jeshta Mahasannidhanam was sharing the Vidvatsadas. He gave an opportunity to Mahasannidhanam to deliver. And Mahasannidhanam delivered a beautiful talk on Nyaya Shastra. After the conclusion, Jeshta Mahasannidhanam called him and said, what is your pramana? Which text? And who taught you? For which Mahasannidhanam replies, quotes the text and the chapter as Nacha Ratnamalika and says, this is a presentation coming out of my own initiative and efforts. And therefore, Sannidhanam concludes, whatever Shankara says, learn wherever you can, is something which he has satisfied. In yet another Vidvatsadas, these are all in the videos. What I narrate is not even 1/3 of what when you see it in life. Appay Dikshitar has written a beautiful sloka. on this Tripurasura Vadam. Now, for lawyers, Mahasannidhanam takes the tool of contextual interpretation. Takes the pada, how Mount Meru became the bow in the hands of Lord Shiva. How Vishnu became the arrow. How the voice of Brahma, the Vedas, became the horses. And how sun and the moon became the wheels of the chariot. And none of these words will figuratively, you will find it in the text. You need to interpret it, split it, combine it to arrive at this inference. And Nyaya is a tool employed to reach there. One last incident on this. One of the greatest Pandit of Andhra Pradesh, Manikya Shastrigal, in one of the sadhas, raised a very, very important question and said, why should this interpretation be there? Why not be substituted? For which Mahasannidhanam instantaneously answered, if you substitute it, it's going to be more imprecise and it's going to create more problems. And explained it then and there why this should not be done. Manikya Shastrigal, who was a Pandita, prostrated before Mahasannidhanam and he said, I have been raising this question sadhas after sadhas, with scholar after scholar. Either they said they refused to reply or they admitted that they don't have an answer. First time I find somebody has resolved my doubt, and it's your holiness which has done it. We can keep going on and on and on this. And Mahasannidhanam, see, this divine chair is a matter of great divine happiness to Acharyas for the simple reason Shastra Poshaka Sabha has been there for ever so many years. And scholars who emerge out of Shastra Poshaka Sabha find a unique intellectual delight in the Shastras for the simple reason the Mahapariksha is always done by Mahasannidhanam. And they are given the title Vidvan Pravara. So every scholar of in Shastras, it will be his life destination dream to somehow get this title after getting examined from Mahasannidhanam or the ruling pontiff of the Shastra Poshaka Sabha. Well, all this is fine. Now Mahasannidhanam is 71 and crossed 71, and he declared this April that he is going into reclusion. And therefore, when we had enough of darshanam every day, 3 times, we now see him hardly for 2 minutes. He performs the Chandramaulishwara Puja for 1 hour and 10 minutes. After that, gives a darshanam for all for just 2 to 2.5 minutes and vanishes. But this is a Avichinna Guru Parampara. You create a Sishya as your own. And therefore, before going into reclusion, he nominated his successor designate. And Bhagavat in 23rd January 2015, and Bhagavad Pada Shankara has laid 2 preconditions for this Peetam to run on its wheels. 1, every Acharya of this Parampara should be a ocean of compassion. And 2, every Acharya of this Parampara should be a Pandita on Shastras. Now in 2017, within 2 years, I need to narrate these 2 incidents and then I'll close it. Incident 1, in 2019, when Sannidhanam went on a tour on his own to Maharashtra and Uttara Kannada, 25th February, 26th February and 27th February of 2019 is very important. There are 2 villages, Kumta and Tunka in Uttara Kannada. They are fishermen villages, completely dominated by fishermen. True pious devotees of the Peetam. They will come in thousands and worship the Acharya. And therefore in Chaturmasyam, they are dedicated one Sunday only exclusively for these villages. For ever so many years. So when Acharya made a visit thousands of them flocked in Kumta. From Kumta, you had to go to Hanover. From Hanover, you had to go to Chitrapura, and from Chitrapura, they had to return to Sringeri. So when Acharya on 25th was about to leave from Kumta to Hanover, the fishermen made a request that boats are capsizing and the catch has slided down to almost zero. So Acharya said, it's a detour, but doesn't mind, I'll go. So he traveled from Kumta to Tonka before reaching Hanover. It's a 15-kilometer detour. On reaching the backwaters of the sea, the fishermen prayed, will Swamigal come to the mouth of the ocean? Because boats capsize there. This is such a beautifully decked boat. So you should see their bhakti when they come and worship Acharya. Flawless pious bhakti, unruffled, sheer dedicated bhakti. So it was decked so beautifully. So Acharya Sannidhanam got into it and said, go to the mouth of the ocean. Performed a detailed long puja invoking Samudra Rajan and said, your problems will be mitigated. Came back to Hanover, finished the puja. Next day came back to Chitrapura. And from there, at 4 o'clock, he was to leave for Sringeri. It's a 3.5 hours drive from there. Within 36 hours, 6 chief and 6 of the fishermen came gushing and fell at the lotus feet of Acharya to say, within 36 hours, the kind of catch we have obtained is something unfathomable, unimaginable, displaying the divine power of ocean of compassion. On Shastra, within 2 years, in 2017, one of the Panditas, after finishing the Vidvat Sadas, was traveling with us. And he was having a long discussion with Mahasannidhanam and Sannidhanam. So out of curiosity, I asked, if it is not a personal talk, because we've been discussing for a very long time, can you divulge what transpired with Acharya? And he said, I will surely divulge. Decades ago, I lodged a manuscript with Mahasannidhanam to release a book. Mahasannidhanam said, there will be a time, we'll give you at that time. But for 20 years it did not happen. In 2017, when I attended the Vidvat Sadas, Mahasannidhanam called me. I have asked Sannidhanam to sit with you. Please examine the script and you can release into your book. This Pandita is a stalwart in computers. So because he had the text, he immediately opened the computer before Sannidhanam. And Sannidhanam opened his computer before him. 3 days, consecutive days of 2 hours each. They did online corrections. They discussed it. And on the 3rd day, Sannidhanam said, you can release this book. So you can raise a doubt, in 2 years' time, can somebody be such a Pandita in Shastra? The simple answer is tapas, tapas, and tapas will ensure you this. When Vriddhanarasimha Bharati, the 33rd second Acharya, traveled for 20 years and came to Sringeri with his Sishya Swamigal, Satchidananda Shivabhinava Bharati Swamigal. Senior Acharya was 80 years old and the junior Acharya was 20 years old. And the tradition in Sringeri is when you come, you are taken in a palanquin. There is a family which owes the right. Nobody else can touch that palanquin. Even today, only they take the Acharyas as a matter of pride in the palanquin. It's a golden palanquin and a silver palanquin. When they reach the doors of Sharada Ambal, the senior Swamigal tells the junior Swamigal, when can you sit on this golden palanquin? Takes the paddy, puts it on it, and it puffs. If you have this tapas shakti, then you are competent to sit. When this was said, when senior Swamigal was 80 years old and the junior Swamigal was 20 years old, within 2 years, because the senior Acharya attained Siddhi at the age of 82, within 2 years, when Satchidananda Shivananda Bharati Swamigal fell at the feet of his Guru, Guru said, don't touch me. Then Sishya became apprehensive. Did I do anything wrong? Senior Swamigal says, Illappa, kodikiradu on tapas shakti. Just in 2 years. So, this is the divine providence we are blessed with in associating with such a Guru. And these two rich Sishyas, rich in every sense of the term because of the blessings they have obtained, have initiated this divine Nyaya chair in this sacred Sanskrit college. And it's such a pleasure. It's a divine providence. Consider it as divine moment and a divine blessing to have been a part of, a very humble part of this evening in sharing whatever little Acharya has blessed. I should have died brutally and cruelly in a road accident on 14th February 1996. I'm living on lease because of the Parama Karunyam of the Kulagurus of Sringeri Mutt, and therefore I owe my life to them. Namaste. Thank you so much.